The rhetoric, meanwhile, surrounding Paul Pogba always grabs the headlines. It was thought he was going to come back for this game and, he's getting himself ready. Solskjaer said before the match that he'd be out for 3 to 4 weeks. He said more about that afterwards. I will talk about that in a moment. But first, I want to show you Raiola's comments. Mino Raiola, of course, Pogba's agent. Pogba's problem is Manchester United. It's a club out of touch with reality and without a sporting project. I wouldn't take anyone there. They would even ruin Maradona, Pele and Maldini. Paul needs a club and a squad, one like Juventus was before. The interesting thing that Solskjaer said after the game was asked about Paul Pogba's availability and said, that he felt that he needed to have an operation. But this wasn't the club's doctor that was saying he needed an operation. It was his people. This is completely broken. This is an absolute mess.
Mind you, you have to be careful with that because sometimes club doctors aren't always right. I know from experience, club doctors aren't right. They're looking to get the player back too quickly and they're looking at the club rather than the player. And probably the agent and the medical staff that he uses are saying, this player needs an operation. He's not going to come back and play at his very best because he's got an injury. So you just have to be careful what people are saying about Paul Pogba, or what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is almost suggesting is that we think he's fit, his agent doesn't think he's fit.
I think that's the thing. And to your point, Dan, that's the part of this statement that I think most alarming, that it's Paul Pogba's people who are saying this. And for the Manchester United manager to come out and say that the players' representatives are the ones who think he needs an operation, especially given the mixed messages we've heard from Solskjaer around Paul Pogba's injury, or he's tired, and well, he's been involved in 2 games in the last 3 days, so I thought to give him a rest. Now it's his people think he needs an injury, and he needs an operation. That is concerning because, again, just given who his agent is, given the fact that we were talking about Haaland and linking him to Manchester United, we saw what happened there, all the speculation around Paul Pogba for the last few months, and then on the back of Raiola's statements, it doesn't paint a good picture for the future of Paul Pogba in a United shirt.
There isn't a future, is there?
Well,
this is extraordinary. Remember, Solskjaer came in, Pogba's smiling again. There we go. It's all good.
It was only a couple of days that everything was okay. But if Pogba is saying that he's got to have an ankle injury, no one's going to buy him at the moment. So it's going to be.
The amazing thing for me is Raiola is saying that Pogba's happy at United. He doesn't think he's going to go anywhere because Solskjaer wants him. And then
something's happened in the last couple of days.
It's crazy.
Interesting to see how this develops. Of course, the January transfer window now open. As always, we answer your questions throughout the year, throughout the decade, throughout our lifetime. You can catch us on Extra Time over on our YouTube channel.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.